So I have breaking news for you, and it turns out that Putin's plan backfired. So you know what happened the other day? Just before Easter, Putin came out and he said that unilaterally, just before Easter, starting at 6 p.m. the night before, the Russians would engage in a ceasefire until midnight, not that night, but on Easter. Now, it's midday on Easter as I'm talking about, 12 o'clock in the afternoon. Eastern time plus 6 hours would be about 6 p.m. And so there's another 6 hours to go. But of course, there's plenty of evidence that the Russians have already violated this thing left, right, and center. But Zelensky then came out after that. And so this is like foiling Putin's plan. Putin, I think, was trying to get a victory lap by saying, look, we wanted peace, but you know how those Ukrainians are. Look, they keep firing at us, and they were going to make stuff up even if the Ukrainians didn't do it. But so Zelensky came out yesterday and outsmarted Putin in a surprising turn of events. He outmaneuvered him by saying, look, we don't just want a 36-hour peace. We want 30 days. Let's do that. And then we see what the breaking news is today, which is this. Putin refused to extend the Easter truce. The Kremlin spokesperson Peskov just came out just a few minutes ago and said. So there we are. So Putin kind of looked like it was a genius move at first when Putin came out with this 36-hour peace deal. Because he was going to be able to get this propaganda value and say that, see, Zelensky, those Ukrainians, they can't help themselves. They just kept doing this. And then, like, okay. And Zelensky challenged it and added to it. And Putin won't do that. So it kind of backfired on him. Okay, so a couple things. I thought this was really interesting. Czech foreign minister said the greatest summary, the greatest analysis that I've seen about this so far, Putin's ceasefire is like declaring a hunger strike between breakfast and lunch while secretly eating candies. Yeah, I think there's something quite right about that analysis. In Europe, of course, no one believes Putin, not at all, because any reasonable person understands that the Kremlin patient is fundamentally incapable of telling the truth. Okay, but will it work for him with the United States in the peace negotiations? That's the open question. And then this is a member of the Rada, who's the Foreign Affairs Committee chair, saying Russia's sham ceasefire is cynical and unchristian way to celebrate Easter 2025. The truth is, Zelensky and Ukraine have shown nothing but goodwill in continuing to push for peace. I think that's fair as well. So did it work? Nope, kind of backfired. And yeah, I mean, Zelensky pulled off a media coup by being able to say, look, we wanted 30 days, and he won't even extend that. All right, my friends, tell me what you think about that. Put that in the comments below. Thank you for the time, the likes, the shares, the subscribes, and thank you for being the kind of person that cares about Ukraine.